Hello. Well, I am doing this video for those of you who will have issues while the live is going on. If you're watching on your mobile phone, right, so you can see there is a gear on your top right hand side. Press on the gear and you will see that there is quality, right? So you quality, playback speed, captions and so on. Press on quality, choose advanced setting and choose the highest 720p. Another way that you can do, but you will use more of your mobile data, is again go on the gear, press quality, go to higher picture quality. If you're at home and you're using Wi-Fi, you might want to use that. So hopefully it will help those who come to watch live but find that the picture quality is not clear, right? And it's not sharp. Thank you.
Hi everyone, especially to all Form 5 students who are now joining us. Thank you. All right, welcome to our first Masterclass Series 2024 for English Language. Today I'm Haslina Ismail with our Dr. Ila Mangai, would be touching on part 1 and 3, short and longer text for reading comprehension 11191 paper. All right, without further ado, let us begin our session today. There goes
All
for
right.
you, Mandai.
All right. Thank you, Puan Haslina. All right, Puan Haslina is from SMK Abdul Jalil Hulu Langat. All right, she's the moderator today. So it's going to be a very relaxed session. I would like actually to thank SMK Ulu Klang from Gombak, who has actually managed to do a collaboration with the PPD of Gombak, Unit Bahasa and Sektor Pembelajaran, to have this session with all of us today. So hope all of you are fine. How are you all feeling? Aslina, you're feeling well today?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Hopefully, the students also will be having a fun session with both of us.
Yes, exactly. So this is a yearly program that I usually do. So thank you to everyone who is here. Please do ask questions. If I'm going too fast, which I sometimes do when I get excited, ask questions and we will respond to your question. I've broken up the sessions to different parts because some of you feel that, I'm good in this part, so I don't need more help. But maybe in other parts of the reading, you need more help. So that's when you can come in. And therefore, it has been broken up into different parts. Okay, so let's start because we already have people waiting to know what actually is going on. Okay, so this is the timetable for today. All right, you can see hopefully by 11 I'll finish. If you go a little bit over time, it's fine. And then we will have the closed text will start at 12. And then we'll take a break for you all to do your prayers for the Muslims and then have your lunch and then get some breather before we start again at 4. I hope that the gap text will finish at 4:30, but don't worry if it seats, it's fine. And then we'll do the last one today at 5 to 5:30. All right, so that's the plan for today. All right, okay. Now, Haslina, usually when we are doing reading skills, right, both of us are teachers in school. What are the reading skills usually that, your students will be using when they are doing a reading, especially for part 1 and 3?
Okay, usually for part one, right, most of the students definitely need to practice their skill of identifying key points, especially keywords in the questions and in the answer options. Then I realized quite a lot of students, especially the weak ones, they are always confused with how much keywords that they need to underline. They ended up underlining, quite a lot of keywords in the question themselves. So then when they do that, when they also underline keywords in the answers, they ended up underlining everything. So in a way, I can see that some students may not be able to really focus on that particular keywords, and then at the end they would not be able to find the right, how to say, information that actually match to that keyword. So hopefully today in this part one, we would be able to address that struggle, especially for the average and weak ones, Doctor.
Okay, yes, definitely. I know. But everyone need to realize that the exam papers, all the four exam papers are for students between A2 to
Mm-hmm.
C1, right? So if students, have, I call them developing proficiency learners, developing in their reading or writing, they will be struggling. But if they practice, they read a lot of materials, they try, they ask questions, they can achieve, understand. The problem is timing, I think, because everyone like to do it last minute, study last minute, learn last minute, and language cannot be learned last minute. It is developed over time and over years. Okay, let's continue. The reading skills that we usually have to teach students or students need to learn is to know how to read for main ideas, which is skimming. Now, students like this skimming, how to skim, and they are very good at scanning. All of our students are very good in looking for information in the text because they know how to scan very well.
Mm-mm.
This is another issue, predicting, right? How to predict words that they don't know the meaning.
Mm-hmm.
And then reading for tone, attitude, opinion. These are all
Yeah,
looking at the words, right? So if
yeah.
they have problems understanding words, then they would not know because certain words have positive tone or negative tone. It's negative. It's not good. Like bias and prejudice have two different meaning. Same meaning but different tone to they bring it to it the attitude, right? Biasness is considered more positive than prejudice. I don't know.
Mm.
Or is it the other way around?
Yeah, I also
Which is
find yeah, I
mhm,
also find it difficult for the average and the weak ones actually to practice skill number four, identifying readers how to say writers attitude. It's kind of difficult for them to actually see which word actually reflects tone and attitude. So for me, usually it takes time. As I agree with you, they need to practice more, paying more focus on that certain words or certain vocabulary that actually contain tone and attitude of the writers. That's
right,
difficult.
exactly.
Mm.
Correct. Agree with you totally. All right. And the last part is grammar, knowledge, and understanding because it's not 100% reading, it's reading and use of English. So, use of English looks into grammar. That is why the teachers, we teach language awareness, all the different tenses and parts of speech because students need to know this so that this part is usually for part two, part four, and part five. All right, basically that, and a little bit that they need to know when they are doing the other parts too. Okay, so let's focus. Your students can hear our voice background. You don't need to see us. Okay, all right. So now we are going into the first part one. Okay, when I teach, I have strategies, and my strategies is based on how I go about it doing, and I break this down into very small steps so that those who don't know how to do it, they learn from beginning how to do it. So for those who are proficient, these are steps that actually happens most of the time at the same time. It's not like separate steps, but I have broken it down so that those who are weak, those who need more help can see how this is done. So
Mm.
first, this is the one that I always emphasize, read
Mhm.
instructions. our students, I think they tend to believe, or because they always do a lot of practices, what happens is they think that all the time the questions are the same. They need to read the instruction, what the instruction requires them to do. They can change the instruction because we as teachers, we don't know how the questions will be formed, right? So they need to learn to always read instruction, even though they assume that the question, that 8 question, the first part will be the same. I don't know, maybe suddenly one year they will say that 2 answers will be accepted, either one or, whatever. They need to decide and read. Okay, right. Next would be read questions. Okay, so they read the questions. You realize that I didn't ask to read the text first. So you will
Yes.
see why I didn't ask you to read text in a while when I show. Okay, and then you read the options. Usually there are 3 options, A, B, and C. Okay, and that's when you underline the keywords in the question and options. For me, and I think for Puan Haslina, we are seasoned English language teachers and readers. So our eyes are very fixated to certain words. We don't actually read the whole sentence, but we
Yeah,
get
correct.
the gist out of it because we are skilled readers. So the reason why underlining keywords are important is because, like for me, I want to train my students for their eyes to be fixated to only certain words and make meaning from it. Okay, because that's one way of actually reading fast or speed reading actually. Okay, and then next would be then only you will start reading the text in order for you to identify similar. I don't say same because they will most of the time they do not use the same words that is in the question options in the text. It will be similar words or ideas that are related to the questions or options. And then this is what I like to do. I always ask my students to answer the question in their own words. The reason being, if you can answer the question in your own words without looking at the options, you already understand the question and you are able to find your own answer. Because from your
I
own answer, then you'll be able to choose the best answer. The only problem is if you understand the question wrongly, then you may choose the wrong answer, and then therefore your number 7 will be wrong, lah. Right? Your step 7, you choose the answer based on your own wrong answer. Okay. Never forget to ever, right? Read and check, because if you forget to read and check, you might misread the first time and you didn't realize. Issue with number 8, step 8 is very, very advanced learners who are very good in English. Their key issue is that they overthink, meaning that they feel that every question is a trap question. When they overthink, that's when they say, oh, the answer I chose A, it's wrong, it's B. Actually, when the answer is A, due to overthinking. So that is the pitfall for very good students. And you
Yeah.
will realize that average and weak students will not overthink, and therefore their answers will be correct because they don't tend to dwell into is this a trick question. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Doctor, what's your advice to
Yeah.
our advanced students who tend to overthink, especially when they have the kind of habit, to double check their answers. When they double check, they would read again, and then, there would be high chance for them to change the answers that's obviously right at first, and then they have doubts.
Yeah, definitely. That the advice that I give is tell my students don't overthink too much, right? Because it is a burden to them because they say actually I chose the correct answer and then I delete. Okay, and I think even we as adults, I myself, I'm an overthinker. Sometimes things are straightforward and we like to overthink. It's something that we need to realize that about ourselves and then see things as it is and see whether it demands more or is actually just as it is. All right, something they need to learn now, right? Okay, so the step, like I said, read the instruction. Okay, don't assume the instruction is the same. So just read and see whether it's the same or has it changed. That's all the purpose of reading the instruction. So you read the text carefully in each question, choose the best answer A, B, or C. For each question, mark the correct answer A, B, or C. Don't forget that you have to transfer your answer later to the end page where it is used your to be pencil. and shape all the answers, because that one will be marked by the examiners, not the one that you mark in your question paper. Right? That is for reminder, and I think everyone knows that. If you realize, I have closed the text because when I have put the text there, everyone tend to look at the text. The
Correct.
reason I said that let's look at the question and option, right, is because we always read for a purpose. Nobody read the text without any purpose. No one, because when we open our time, we have newspapers. The reason we read is because we want to get information. Just say that we want to get information about, just say, an incident that happened. We will be looking at the headlines because we are reading for a purpose, looking at headlines that talks about the incident. Then only we will read, right, Haslina?
Yeah, correct.
I don't think anyone just open and say, okay, let me read the text, what the text is about. That is the reason when we do reading for part 1 and also part 3 later, we look at the question because we need to know what actually we are supposed to read for. Okay? So like number 1 here, the news report says that the City Council is responsible for increase in dengue cases. We already get an idea it must be about dengue and there is a City Council involved. About residents must clean up all breeding places in city and everyone must work together to eliminate dengue. All right. Okay. Once you have read, you know what is it about. Your next job is to underline the keywords. So I don't like to just talk with Puan Haslina. There are about 30 over people here watching right now because I know some of schools are still having extra classes even though it's a non-working Saturday for the Form 5. So those who are here, can you please share with me what are the keywords you would underline in this question and options? Just list them down. We have to wait for a while, Haslina, because it's now only being shown on YouTube, right? Because it's delayed for a few seconds. So let's wait for these people, our students here. All right. Usually your students can score, Haslina. While I'm talking to you, Haslina, you all can just list down the words.
I always emphasize part 1 to my students actually because this is a short text part. I always tell them because it is short text part, I like them to form the habit of analyzing the questions first because that is where we get the purpose for reading the short text. Some of them now enjoy doing part 1, but for my weak learners, right, doctor, they still find it difficult to change the habit of, analyzing the questions first. So over time
analyzing
now,
the questions or analyzing the text?
No, they'll the weak learners have this kind of habit because
Mm-hmm.
they know that they are very weak, so they tend to be overwhelmed when they see the text. So they have this kind of idea again and again that they should read the text first instead
Mm-hmm.
of go to the question,
Mm-hmm.
understand the question, understand the answers first, okay, and then you go, and the final one is you read the text. So my weak students, they have this kind of habit. Oh, I need to read the text first, I need to understand it first instead of understanding the questions first. So the idea of the analogy that you give me, that we read newspapers for a reason, usually we would focus on the headline first. So I think this is what our students should understand, the fact that the questions and the answers are just like the headlines. Tell us the background, what we need to find first, and then we go to the text. So my students are now, like the good and the average one, they are now more confident actually, because when they change this habit, they realize that scoring part 1, it's easier. They now have more confidence actually that scoring 8 over 8 is possible actually with
All
this
right.
reading strategies.
Okay, I had just now the answer by MW Music. I don't know why Music retracted the answer. Why do you retract your answer actually? I like it that you have shared the answer. I can still show your answer there, even though you retract on YouTube because it's on our StreamYard. Okay, the City Council responsible increase in dengue cases. I think that's good. There are
Yeah.
good keywords to underline. I like it. What about the others? please share. I like that you share. Okay. There's
Yes.
another student. Yes, good.
Yes. Riani
Yes,
Zena.
Siti. Yes,
Very
Siti
good.
Raya.
Very good.
Yeah, I like it. B for residents, clean up. Clean up, yes, residents clean up, good. Breeding places in the cities, yes, maybe, yeah. I would shorten it to like breeding places, city. No, okay, I won't answer, I won't underline all in and the, I won't underline all that. That's good. Thank you, city. Thank you. Music world. Even though I know, I don't know, maybe you are shy. Don't have to be shy. Okay, what about the others? Do you want to share your answers? Right, it's good to share because then I'll be able, either Puan Haslina and I are able to give you comments on your answers. This is the time that you can get, maybe feedback for what you have, what you understand. Okay, all right. So let's see. Let's see what I have underlined. So this is what I've done. All right. So music. If you see that you have more or less the same answer like I did, okay, for A. Number one, the question stem, I wanted to underline news report. What does it say? It's actually the keyword it says. What does it say? All right, so you have more or less the same like mine, city responsible, increased dengue cases. So good job, music. All right, and then city, you will have that. All right, resident cleanup, good. Okay, awesome. And then for C, this is what everyone, because everyone, for me that's important because sometimes the text might say only a few people, we don't know. Work together, eliminate dengue. Now some people might be wondering, eliminate, what does it mean? It doesn't matter if you know or not, because right now you can just make guesses. Dengue is something negative. Nobody wants dengue. Eliminate means you don't want it to be around, meaning you want to try to destroy, you want to, get rid of. So these are ways you can make guesses. Dengue, negative. Nobody wants. Work together, the meaning. So you can make intelligent guess what eliminate means. All right. So don't worry too much about every single word. Okay, once you have done that, all right, now you get to see the text. Okay, so the text is definitely a news report. So take your time to read it. Okay, and please tell me, okay, what are the words or ideas related to the question that you would underline or highlight, and please list it again in the comment box. All right, in the comment on the chat section, so that I can check if you have the same like mine. Right? Okay. This is the part, right, Aslina, where they are very good at looking at the options, and then when
Yeah.
they come to the text, they like, oh, what do I underline, right?
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah,
and then
true.
they tend to underline everything at the end. Okay, let's see what our students here. All right, 50 over of them who are here. Please let us know exactly um, what you think it should be. This is a problem when it's a little bit delayed, Haslina. You have to wait
Yeah.
sometimes for them to answer. Okay.
Yeah, it's also important for students to realize that for option C, just what you mentioned just now, the word everyone is important to be underlined because, as what you mentioned, that pronoun usually will be changed to other things. It can be like for here, this question can be, it can be only residents, it can be certain parties. So that one is a very important word, I believe. So usually, yeah, we need to underline that. Sometimes students may not be able, sometimes students do not see this. This is the kind of carelessness that may actually stop them from getting full score 8 for this part.
Yes. Well, I'm still waiting. Maybe they are still reading. All right. So, hi, Lukman. Hi, Mada. Thank you for coming. All right. We are waiting for people to actually share, okay, the answers. What are the keywords? Okay, right. So maybe I would share first what I have done. So because some people might not know what I'm asking for. Okay. So these are things that I've underlined because I know there was the phrase city council, the noun city council, concerned, right? That there was an increased dengue cases, exactly like it sounds like in A, right? But it might not be. Like taking steps, clean up city. Okay, there's about cleaning up cities, right? And then teams then are being sent out to spray stagnant water spots and clean up drains. Okay, residents have been warned to make sure that their compounds are clean and freed of breeding places. The media too has been requested to educate the public about the dangers of dengue. So from here, when I'm reading it, okay, what I see is that you talk about the city council, they are
Yeah.
worried, concern means worried about the dengue cases, the increase of dengue cases, and they are taking, steps on how we can clean up the cities. Okay, hi Amira, welcome to the live. And then teams means their city council teams they are being sent out to spray stagnant water spots, clean up drains. And then besides that, residents are also asked, or not asked, are warned to make sure their compounds are clean. And then you have the media has been requested. So you have the residents, you have the media, you have the city council and their teams doing this work. So once you have identified that, what you do then is now you have to answer the questions in your own words. What actually the news report says. Anybody wants to share? Because like I said, the city council shows their worries, and then from their worries, they have decided to send out teams to do cleanup here and there. And they have also issued warnings to residents to ensure that their compounds are, don't have no water, no breeding grounds for these mosquitoes. And also asking media to, teach the public about the dangers of dengue to their health. So, right, in your own words, Tina, in your own words, what answer do you get of what the news report is about? In your own answer, your own words, not looking at the A, B, or C.
That is
Useless
my
is the
answer.
answer.
What
Useless
is
is
the
the answer.
Wow.
Hi. Whoever useless is, I like your name, but you are not useless to us. You must be very useful. Okay.
What is the answer? Yes. Useless.
Useless is the answer he's saying. Do you understand or not? He's saying. Okay. So Haslina, your
Yeah.
own answer was it?
My own answer, I believe we can see that from the text. It is everybody's effort to eliminate dengue.
Okay.
It's everybody's
All right.
effort to eliminate
Right.
dengue.
Thank you, Aina, for trying out and say that
Dengue is
what
key.
okay. I like this also. City council being sent out to spray stagnants. Okay. All right. Anyone else? Aina say answer is C. But what is C, Aina? I'm asking your own answer. Yeah, she's saying C. Never mind. I'm just sharing. Okay, son. Lina says city councils being sent to spray. Okay, so for me, when I see like Puan Haslina said city council, and then you have what is it? Teams, their teams, city council teams are going out, residents going out, media. It looks like everyone needs to be involved, isn't it? So it
Yeah.
looks like everyone needs to do something to ensure dengue is taken care of, not being spread. Okay, so that's my answer. So now I have to choose the answer based on the step 6 that I have done, right? So based on that step 6 that I have done, All right, I'm going back to Aina's answer because I feel that A, it didn't say that city council is responsible at all.
It's
Think
totally
about it,
different.
they
It's
right?
different than the word that you highlighted here.
Yes.
Mm.
Concern is worried. Responsible is someone who is the reason why dengue cases has been increasing, which is different meaning. So therefore, A is out. Resident must clean up. No, they are sending teams to go and clean up. The residents have been warned to make sure it's clean. Their compound is clean. Everyone must work together. I felt that is the best answer because right, you have the media having to have responsibility. You have the residents being warned. You have the city councils doing their part. So the best answer would be C for me. But let's check whether yes. So congratulations, Aina, for getting the right answer. Yes, good job. All right. Okay. So what you do is, yeah, okay, you got the answer. Don't forget, read again and check. Like what I've done just now, I say, is it the city council, the one that I've done with one Haslina, where I explaining why it's not A, why it's not B, and it's C. That's the way you read to confirm. Okay, let's try another one. Like I said, perfect practice makes perfect. People always say practice makes perfect. Sometimes if you practice wrongly, you don't make it perfect. So you have to be perfect. Practice makes perfect. So we already read the instruction. Now we go to step 2 and 3. Okay, let's look at this. Which of the following is true for the job vacation? The applicant will earn a salary of 2,000 ringgit every month, or given free trips yearly, or work at any flexible time he wants. So what are the keywords that you would underline? Can you all share? I'm sure you get how to do this now. So please share with me the answer.
Mm. If you were to look at the first practice just now, you notice that certain students, they tend to focus on one particular details. For instance, like just now, they notice the city council. They only notice the residents, you see. So
Yeah.
still, yeah, this is the struggle, the real struggle. They,
Yeah, especially for intermediate and low level students, right? Low proficiency. That's what happens because they just look at the words that have been underlined or same words and they think that's the answer. Yeah.
yeah, that the fact that,
Mm.
yeah, it is short text, but it also demands the students to actually practice their summarizing skill.
Our participants are not I like Mada, thank you. I was like thinking why so slow. Yeah, we like when students share answers. Okay, Mada says earn 2,000 given free trips, flexible time. Good. I like Mada, you are like just going for the most important point. I think you also need to make sure you underline the word true, because sometimes especially me, sometimes I will read and I don't underline that, and then I will choose the answer that is the wrong one, instead of the correct one, because I think it's habit. All right, we have another student,
Nivita.
Nivita from questions. Look like you know Nivita so well, Haslina. The way you say, oh, Nivita from the questions. True for the job, correct. True about job vacation, earn salary 2,000 every month. Given free trips yearly. Okay. And that is basically the whole word there. And work at any flexible times once. Okay. All right. Good. Thank you. Good job, Mada and Nivita. Excellent. Let's see whether it's similar to mine. Okay. More or less. More or less. All right. Both Mada and Nivita, good job. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
good
very
job.
yes, good job. You should give yourself, applaud to yourself. Wonderful. You have been able to identify keywords. All right. So these are things you can underline. All right. So now let's look at the next step. You now see the advertisement on the job vacancy. So let us know what you will underline that based on the true statements you think it would be true about the job vacancy. All right, about maybe the earning, because you know earn 2,000 or whatever, you look for it and then share with Puan Haslina and I. All right.
Even though this text is short, Doctor,
Mhm.
when I look at it from the perspective of my weak students, some of the words that would worry them, such as competitive, the word competitive, yeah, these are some of the words that make them lost actually.
Yeah, exactly. Amirul's here. I think see the thing is this, when I teach my students, I don't care about your answer, Most of the time I don't mind, I don't want to know your answer first. I want to know how you think and how you get the answer, because
Correct.
the thought process is very, very important in you being able to get the answer. But I like the way Amirul says. He says A because if C, maybe just for outstation job. Right now, my question, Amirul, is what are the keywords you would have found that tells you that? That is what I'm more interested in. If you say the answer is A and not C, but there must be some reason why. What are the keywords there? You're welcome, Navita. All right. You're welcome. Right. You're welcome. Um, Anyone can tell me what they would underline in the job
Okay.
vacancies?
Free trips.
What would you underline, Haslina?
Oh, if I were to underline the questions myself, I would definitely underline the word which, and then true, and then job vacancy. I would underline the word which so that I know I have to distinguish one out of the three because sometimes even though I'm a teacher, I tend to be careless when I
Yeah, I
read
know.
when I read these kind of questions, because to me distinguishing which one true or false statement can be very tricky.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still waiting. Form 5 students are tired to think already, I think. They are tired studying. Okay, this is what I have to underline because I know the word salary 2.5K and 5K. We look at in the answer options, they put 2,000, 2,000, right? But in the advertisement, they put 2.5K to 5K. So if you don't understand what K stands for, this is another problem. You see, the knowledge of a certain words or symbols that is being used. If students don't understand, they were thinking what is 2.5K, 5K, all right? But I think the word K is known by everyone, okay? And then you have, oh, okay, I like Amira. Amira, thank you, Amira. Amira says urgent looking, flexible working, competitive salary, just like you said, benefits package, incentive trips. Yes, good. All right. I didn't underline competitive salary. Uh, I'm not saying that my answer is right. It based on you. If you feel like Puan Haslina has said competitive for her is important, I didn't underline. Like I said, there is no one way of doing things. As long as you identify keywords that would help you answer, you would be fine. All right. So if you feel competitive is important because there's a salary there of 2,000, whether it's competitive or not, you have to decide whether that's what they are talking about. All right. So good job, Amira. Excellent. Okay. And then from here, what happens is like usual, I will close. I'm looking at what is true about it. The true statement would be accountants get between 2,500 ringgit to 5,000 ringgit monthly, right?
Right.
And then there is a flexible working hours. I can either work from 9 in the morning to 6 in the evening or 10 in the morning to 7 in the evening. Okay, and then the salary is competitive. Then we have benefits package. I don't know what benefit package it would be because it's not stated there, but I'll get an incentive trips annually, meaning every year. Annually, if you don't understand the word annually, that's when you will get stuck. Annually means every year you will get a trip somewhere by the company. Company pays for you. And then friendly working environment culture means everyone is very friendly. Okay, that means it's not like scary to go and work in. Your boss might be friendly. All right. So based on that, okay, I already know that it's 2,500 to 5 flexible working hours. Going now to this, what would be my answer? Anyone? Anyone want to share what they think the answer would be? Is the salary earned 2,000 ringgit every month? Will we be given free trips yearly? Or would we work at any flexible time he wants, the applicant wants? Work at any flexible. Actually, another keyword that I forgot to underline is any, agree? Yeah, because any means I want to start at 11 o'clock, I can start. I want to start at 12 p.m. also can. I want to start at 3 in the afternoon and work until 12 midnight. It's up to me. All right. Thank you. Nivita says is B. Riato says B. Let's look at everyone's answer. Mandy, what I like about yours is this, mother. Because you not only gave me the answer, you gave me the reason why, because of the keyword trips annually, which goes hand in hand with trips yearly.
Correct.
So this is what I like when my students tell me, I think teacher, the answer is B because the free trips yearly goes hand in hand with the incentive trips annually. All right? Because that tells me how Mada thinks. Okay, good job. All right, Lina B, Sakina says C.
Quite a lot now choosing C.
Lokman has gone to C. Now, when students like Lokman say C, I always ask, why do you say it's C? I think Lokman, he will hear this later because a bit delayed. The keyword that he must have missed out is this, any. Because I didn't underline this word any. So what happens when I don't underline? You have to understand that there is only 2 working hours given. Either you work 9 in the morning or 10 in the morning. So any flexible wrong.
Doctor,
yes?
This is the kind of question that is going to trap students, you see? Because of certain word, the word any actually, it's a very important keyword.
Yes,
correct. Quite a lot of our students now believe it is C. That is the first thing I had in mind actually. Either C or B.
Okay. Yes, that is why, like I said, I myself didn't underline the word any, but because I'm an expert language learner like Puan Haslina, right? We know any means at any time, all right? But that is only 2 flexible hours given. Right, so it's not at any time he wants. It's like he needs to choose either one, 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. So it's like if they say work at any 2, then it would be correct. Any cannot, because suddenly he said, I want to work at 12. Cannot lah. All right. Okay. I hope it makes it clear for those listening. Right. Any questions first before I go to part 3? The reason I did part 1 and part 3 together is because both are reading a text. It's only the length of the text has increased in part 3. So if any questions or anything you want to add on before I go to part 3 for part 1, Haslina?
I think based on our experience, marking papers, checking the students' papers, a lot of questions in part 1 would cater to the question or question number 2 that you showed. Or there's one particular word being added, just to confuse the students.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they do. They always add one word that will misguide our students. Thank you, Riato. Riato ke Rialo? My
Sleepy,
eyesight. Okay,
yeah.
thank you for your
Yeah, now you're
feedback.
better.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's continue with the next one because wow, it's really 10:45 and I thought I can finish in an hour. Look at my ambition. Okay, that's what happens when you have an interactive session. Okay, again, you will realize the strategy for part 3. All my strategy, whether it's reading, writing, and listening, is always read the instruction. Now, you have to skim the article or text to get an idea what the text is about. You need to know what are you going to read. You just skim, you don't scan yet. And then you again, step 3 is same, just like in part 1, you read the questions and options. Then you underline the keywords in the questions and options. You read the text to identify similar keywords or ideas related. Again, same, exactly like part 1. Again, you answer the words in the questions in your own words. And then choose the best answer based your own answer. Okay, and then based on your own answer, and then you read again to confirm. The only difference is in step 2, because now you have to skim because it's such a long text. You need to know what you're going to read about because all the questions are based on the same text. Okay, all right. So again, read the instruction, which is you are going to read a short story entitled Poison. So for questions 19 to 26, mark the correct answer A, B, C, or D. Now you have 4 options instead of 3 like in part 1, 3. Part 3, you have 4. I'm not going to show you the whole text because it's very long. I'm just going to show you a snippet of the text and how you can do the steps that I've mentioned. All right, so the first one is to skim the article or text to get an idea what the text is about. So you know it's about poison. They will have the topic poison. I didn't put because I need my space to do this one. So you have the word poison inflicts negative energy, not only from within us, but the negative connotation it has surrounding the word itself. Poison, something venomous, something that is used to cause harm. So I only will read the first sentence. Okay, this is how I do. I read only the first sentence and I will read the last sentence. Can poison kill us even it isn't a physical substance? Okay, and to elaborate further, let us take the case of Farmer Benjamin. So I know the first line here tells me, the first sentence tells me what the word poison means. And the last sentence say if it's not something physical, meaning the poison in liquid form or any poison in tablet form or whatever, can it still kill us? So now it goes to the second paragraph talking about who Farmer Benjamin is. He's a successful farmer. And then the last paragraph said he then got married to a young and pretty lady from out of town. And who is the lady? Mary Jane. She was rather eloquent and elegant. And Farmer Benjamin proud of her and felt honored that his wife was the talk of the town. So he married this woman away from town, out of town. And he's proud of her because she is someone that seems to be good. All right. So you get an idea what is it about. I've not gone into details, but you get an idea about poison, whether it's only physical or even energy can be poison. And then you have Farmer Benjamin that they want to give a sample story about, okay, who he is and he got married. So that's what I mean by skimming. Okay, once you have skimmed, then you read the question. So 19, from paragraph 1, people believe that poison is. Okay, this one is very easy. If you want to highlight the keywords, it will be paragraph 1. Because one thing about SPM part 3 is they let you know which paragraph to look for, except when they ask for what is the purpose or what is the tone, what is the attitude, what is the point or the idea of the whole text, then that's when you don't have the paragraph number. But when you have a paragraph number, it actually helps you to identify the idea and scan only that paragraph. So paragraph 1, people believe that poison is. So if I would have underlined, it's very easy. Aslina, what would you underline? I know what I would underline.
I would underline paragraph 1,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would underline people
Mm-hmm.
and belief, poison
Mm-hmm.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, mm.
And
Yeah, it
then
will be, yeah, and then of course the answers, because it is all one word, definitely
yeah.
I would underline curse, venom, ointment, and
Yes.
substance.
Correct.
Mm,
All the nouns actually, just curse, venom, ointment, substance. Correct. Okay,
mm.
and then suddenly in 20, they don't have any questions for paragraph 2, but in paragraph 3, the word eloquent describes Mary Jane as a person who, Joe, are beautiful, talks too much, like I am, speaks passionately, or speaks well and fluently. This is
Mm.
quite difficult because they talk about the word eloquent, right?
Yeah,
It's not an easy word. Students who do not know the word eloquent would be struggling
yeah.
to get the
This is the
answer.
question. This is the question where, okay, the guessing is on.
Yes, predicting the meaning of words. It's
Mm,
not easy to predict words, meaning of words, because even us, even though we are C2 learners, we are C2 level, the highest level, there are thousands of words that we actually have never come across, right?
mm.
And then when suddenly we see it, we sometimes cannot make intelligent guesses. We still have to ask Mr. Google to help
Right?
us to find out. Yeah, we do that. All right. But we still make guesses first. And something students need to realize is that sometimes when we read even novels or fictions, not all words need to be understood. You still can understand the gist of the story, or you know what the story is about, even if you don't understand certain words. Okay,
Mm.
we do not need to know all words, right? But here you need to know the word, what it means to be eloquent. All right, so let's look at what see exactly what Puan Haslina said. Paragraph 1, people, poison. You also underline the word belief, good. Curse, venom, ointment, and substance. And then paragraph 3, right? Eloquent describes a person, whether she's beautiful, talks much, speaks passionately, speaks well and fluently, right? Okay, so what happens next is, why everyone is retracting the answer?
They just
I want
realized it
I
is
want
that.
everyone to know this. Whatever is in the chat will not reappear in the replay, because I have made a way that my YouTube live, when you do replay, when people who have not attended, suddenly they come again, your answers would not be shown. Nobody knows anything. So relax. Okay, nobody know, but the one that I put on screen, they will see. Okay, that's all. So don't have to worry. Okay, sometimes the name that you have given are not your real name anyway, so nobody will actually know who you are, and I also don't know who you are. All
Correct.
right, maybe my students around, so I don't know, because like my students, I say come and then don't have to inform me who you are. Okay, just feel free, relax, enjoy yourself. Now, so the next one is, now you have to read the text to identify similar keywords or ideas, same exactly like part 1. So you've underlined paragraph 1, underline people, belief, poison, curse, venom, ointment, and substance. Now it's your turn, my dear students online here. You tell me now, right, what you would underline in the paragraph. What you would underline in the paragraph in order for you to get the answer 19. I'm not asking for answer. I'm asking for Amirul straight away. For 20, maybe answer is B. And then no,
Amiro, why is that it's
he
B
retracted.
only?
He retracted. Lina is going with B. Lina, no, I don't want the answer B. I'm asking.
The clue.
Okay. Thank you. Something venomous. All right. That is what he would underline. Okay. Okay. What else? What else you would underline? Even Firda was saying, is it only that you would underline? Because something venomous, the answer she said is B. Poison inflicts. Okay, Nivita said poison inflicts negative energy, poison something venomous. Okay, Nivita is getting the hang of how this is done. Yes, the keywords. Right.
Oh,
Okay,
there's another
thank you.
response.
Some guy, poison. negative, connotation, venomous, physical potion, something, bloodstream, death. Some guy, my moderator, been listening for years. He's so good at it now. Excellent. Thank you, some guy. Used to cause harm. Okay, thank you, crooked. Crooked. Why are you crooked? Why are you crooked? Are you very tall? First sentence, poison, something. Okay, Afika, if that's what you say. Lina say negative energy. And then Aina, is it Aina? Aina say something venomous and may cause death. All right. Okay, this is what I meant by when I say underline keywords. This is what I meant. Okay, some guy is not an adult, okay, student like all of you. All right, so don't feel that just because he's a moderator and you feel that you might be an adult to give that answer. No. All right, Amira, inflicts negative energy, something venomous, cause harm. Okay, let's look at whether it's the same. Okay, all right. Okay, so you have poison, negative energy, negative connotation, venomous, cause harm. We usually believe, all right? You know why? Like just now, Puan Haslina said, okay? Believe. That is why we usually believe. Can you see? Right? Physical potion, substance, consume, cause death. We believe that it is what? We believe that it's a physical potion. Right? Okay. Anyone else? No. Okay. So what happens is then, okay, wait, hold on. Okay. So now you answer your question in your own words. What in paragraph 1, people believe that poison is what? What does people believe? People believe that it is a physical potion. All right, a form of substance that when consumed may cause death. So for me, my answer in my own words would be they believe is something that can only be taken. It can be in a form of a liquid. It can be potion is like liquid, all right. Or it can be in the form of a tablet. When eaten, swallowing, you go into the bloodstream and then we will die. That's what people believe, right? So after I got that answer, because I would then look now and say, if I say that it is like a liquid, it's a tablet, what would the best answer be? Haslina, from my answer, what do you think?
This is actually asking what it is actually asking the what do you say? Physically, what poison is, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
if I were to look at it, all right, the word curse is not mentioned.
Yep.
All right. So left.
Correct. A is not mentioned. But based on my own answer, when I say that it's physical, meaning whether it's liquid, whether it's tablet, that I can swallow and so on, curse cannot be eaten.
Yeah,
venom is usually, something that comes from an animal or whatever, right? Ointment is something that we usually put on our skin, okay, right? But we usually don't drink or eat or swallow an ointment.
We apply ointment. So now,
yeah.
So just now left, the only word that is available from the answer is a substance, because it is also being mentioned in the text.
Yes, because you have down here. If it isn't, can poison even though it isn't a physical substance, right? There is the answer, but when you talk about people believe, we tend to only look here, right? Because you have here, all right? Because here also you have substance, correct? Okay, right, let's see. Yeah, substance, that's based on the answer that we have. So that is the answer.
This is the kind of questions that actually requires students to read critically, because you can see the description is long. And unfortunately, the question is kind of, how to say, quite direct.
Yeah.
It's asking about the physical, how to say, how the physical look of the poison itself.
Exactly. Right. Let's go on to another question. Just now that we did number 20, somebody answered. Okay?
Say, doctor, you can see Muhammad Firdaus there. The icon used. What is that, Firdaus? Is it a cry?
Yes, it's a cry. No worry, Firdaus, don't cry. It's better now not to get the right answer and understand why than having it happen during your SPM. Okay, but thank you, Firdaus, for being here. I'm sure it's helping you a lot. All right, in making sure that you would read more carefully. Don't cry. Okay, we are here to help you. Okay, let's try the next one. Okay, can anyone tell me what they would underline? What they would underline in the text about Mary Jane that you think is eloquent? What eloquent means? Those who know the meaning of eloquent, they actually don't have to read the text, Haslina. If you know what eloquent is, actually the answer is so direct there, but I'm trying to help those who may not be able to know what the word eloquent is. Okay, because there are clues in the text that will help you if you don't know. Anyone would want to underline? Let's wait for a few minutes, a few seconds, because
Yeah,
it'll
I
take
mean,
some time.
the students are actually thinking.
Yeah, they are thinking, and also don't forget it's delayed. All
Yes.
right, I like Crooked. I don't know who Crooked is, but I just like Crooked. I just wonder why your name is Crooked and not Straight. Carried herself well. People admired her. The talk of the town. Okay, some guy, I know I said good job, but this is too much, right? Okay,
That's
lady, Mary Jane, eloquent. Eloquent is already asked there. Admired. Okay, managed, business. I think you mean the word proud. Honored, carried herself well, talk of the town. That's too much to some guy. You're gonna get a wrong answer because you write too long. Okay. Afika, good, carried herself well. All right. And then you have Aina saying carry. Yeah, I like Aina's answer too. Carry herself well. People admired her. Good. And then you have Nivita carried herself well, managed his business well. The talk of the town. Okay, Nivita managed his business well. I think that talks. Oh yeah, about her managing his business well. Okay, correct. Blueberry. I love Blueberry. People admired her. Talk of the town. Now you're making me hungry, Blueberry. And then, yeah, I love Blueberry. And then she must be a girl, I think. Are you a girl, Blueberry? Miro say keyword is maybe carried herself well and managed his business well. All right. Yeah, some guys, sometimes you do overthink. You need to, stop overthinking. Not everything needs to be so detailed. All right. Okay. Let's check what I underline. I also don't know what I underline. Yeah. I only underline very little, carried herself well, helped and managed. She helped him, she managed his business. So that's what I've underlined. Not many words I've underlined because the rest, but it's fine. It's fine that you have this. It's fine that you have all this. I like it. It's fine also you have this, but this will make you think even further. Crooked is good. Okay, Blueberry is a boy. Okay, sorry, Blueberry, you're a boy. Okay, good, Blueberry boy. All right. Okay, so what would the answer for me would be someone who knows how to carry herself. The one carry herself well. Carry herself well tells us actually what eloquent means. Besides carrying herself well, she a person who knows how to speak well, know how to talk, communicate with people, manage people well, right? Cool and calm. Like people all are drawn to this kind of person who are eloquent. Usually, politicians are eloquent. They carry themselves well, and except when they're in the parliament, that's a different story lah. Okay, but when they are outside, people are drawn to them because they are eloquent.
Parliament is already.
Yeah. Parliament is the place for them to fight one another. Okay. All right. So, what would the answer be? Okay, Amira also tried. Good, Amira. Carry yourself well, prepare, admire, help. He said, okay. So what do you think the answer would be based on what I explained to you, what eloquent is? A person who can carry herself well, all right? What do you think? Because beautiful wouldn't be eloquent. It would be more of elegant, someone who's elegant, who's beautiful. Crooked say, I think it's D. Okay. Crooked say, you think it's D. Yeah. Okay, I think the answer is D because of the carried herself well. Good. I see this example of students again giving justification for answer. Uh, when you justify, teacher, I give the answer D because you are telling your teacher how you are thinking, and that's how your teacher can help correct if your thinking is not in the right way lah. Right? We can help you. A lot of everyone says D. Amirul says D. Fridawa says D. Aina says D. Shikin also says D.
Oh, Fitri says
All right,
C.
only Fitri says C. Speaks passionately, maybe because I say politician. Not speaking passionately, people who are eloquent, they speak fluently, they speak well, right? Politicians do speak well and fluently, all right? Because that is why people are drawn to them, okay? So the best answer is D actually, right? Most of you got it right. Those person who didn't get it right is fine, okay? Because it's not easy. The word eloquent is not easy. All right. So you read again to check and confirm your answer. Okay. She was rather, eloquent means speaks well. All right. Reflection. Do you want to reflect what you have learned? What are the key or the tips that you have learned? It's okay, Fitri. What are the important tips that you got away from this session that we have since 10 in the morning? Anyone want to share? Okay, Amira said the answer, is delayed a little bit. Yeah, delayed a little bit. Never mind. All right. Yes, Amira. Good, Amira. The answer is in fact D. Right. Reflection. Anyone want to share with me? Haslina, did you think any of the tips that I've shared and you have also contributed help your students in any way?
Yeah, it's just like I also remind my students talking about dealing with longer text question, right? I
Yeah.
always remind the students to actually label the paragraph themselves, so that they won't, I want my students to fix their look at certain paragraphs. So I would remind my students actually to label the paragraphs one until following how many paragraphs that would be tested. That's number one. Number two, I just realized one of the things that you highlight, especially related to question number two of reading long text just now, talking about finding the meaning of eloquent, right? So you notice that I hope the students also will be able to see that the definition of the word comes right after that sentence. So this is a very important strategy, students. Of course, we are not most of the time in the know as the words sometimes appear, sometimes the words that totally unfamiliar. So this is a good strategy whereby you can find the explanation of a word being asked is right after the sentence itself. So that is a good strategy actually. So don't be panicked. So yeah, we can guess, but this is one way of intelligently guessing the answer. So kind
Correct.
of the examples that you give today, if you look at the first one, the
Mhm.
first description, okay, it's loaded.
Yeah.
Okay, it's loaded. And then when we go to the next question, the word is difficult, but the text is easy. So I think this can, how to say, this can make our overthinkers kind of skeptical. This is too easy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, our old thinkers always have that problem. No one wants to share any tips. I hope that I've helped. I hope Haslina and I have helped. We love when you come. If you are coming in for part 2 later at 12, please make it more interactive. Ask questions. Just say whatever. No replay of your of your statements. If you don't want to be replayed, just put that in bracket. Please do not highlight my words. I would not highlight it in my live, okay, if you want your privacy. But thank you
Okay,
so
there
much. I see somebody,
are two
right, like
reflections there.
somebody shared something.
Yeah, there
Uh,
are two reflections there from
we have
Nivita
to
and
read,
Riano.
underline, answers. Thank you,
Nivita.
Nivita. Great job. Okay. Siti must direct the option in order to get the most. Yes, yes, yes. Must dissect. Correct. Good. And then you have looked for keywords. Good. All right. Thank you. I hope Puan Hasina and I have helped everyone, because our job is actually just to help all of you, no matter where you're from or what state you're from, to excel. And this strategy does not work only for SPM, it works everywhere, anytime. When you're doing your Form 6, you are doing assignments, you're doing anything, it helps actually. All right,
Yeah,
strategies that cut across everything.
the
Okay?
same reasoning strategy will apply next year when you are about to take your MUAT, except for
Yeah.
next year you are going to read longer text, but the same strategies apply.
Yes. All
Hmm.
right. So if there is no question, okay, I will see you in the next session. All right. Please come back, because we really appreciate you being here. Okay. So I'm going to end it for now.